Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about what is a day trader. Some people have an idea of what a day trader is, and I'm going to clarify that. I'm also going to talk about two ways that you can be a day trader. One of them I don't recommend, but you got to watch the video to see which one I'm not so fond of. And last but not least, I'm also going to share with you how much money it costs to be a day trader. If you hang with me to the end of the video, I'm going to show you a stock that we use every single day to make profits that costs you less than $100. All right, so let's get into the video. Hey everybody. Today I'm going to share with you how much it costs you to be a day trader. We're going to talk about how much it costs you to go live. There's two ways you can do it for under $100. I want to tell you, I recommend one of them and I don't recommend the other one. Yeah, I don't. Can you day trade for less than $100? You can. What's the best way to do that? I'm going to share with you in this video. So the first thing we want to talk about, first of all, is what is a day trader? Because I think we have views of day trading that may or may not be accurate. To be a day trader means that you're opening and closing trades every day. You're trading things for the day. You're opening trades and closing them on the same day. That's what a day trader really is. Day trader doesn't automatically mean that you spend the entire day sitting in your chair looking at your screens. Just because you're a day trader doesn't mean that you're in your chair focusing on the market the entire time the market is open. That does not in itself a day trader make. Some day traders do that because they got trades going or whatever, and they are watching their trades to be a little closer to them what's going on. And if you're buying buying trades, buying options, you do need to be paying closer attention to your trades. But there's some people who are buyers who open a trade at maybe 9:30, 9:35, and they close it by 10, 10:30. They're done for the day. And they would be called a day trader because they're trading in and out for the day, but you don't have to do all day. Again, for some people, you are in front of your screens a longer portion of the day. If you've got trades on a longer portion of the day, or you're having to watch things, then that would be, that would require you a little more time in your seat. But you don't have to trade like that. You don't have to do that as a day trader. Day trading means you're opening and closing trades in a day. That's what a day trader is, right? You're opening and closing your trades in a day. How much does it cost you to day trade though? How much does that cost? Is that expensive? Does that take a lot of monies to do that? Well, one thing I love about the stock market, well, one of the many things I love about the stock market is the fact that you can trade at whatever level suits your needs. You can trade at whatever level you need to be trading at. So if you're one who has $100, then you trade at the $100 level. If you have $1,000, you trade at the $1,000 level. If you have 5,000, 10,000, whatever, you trade at the level that you are. That's what I think is wonderful about it, is that you're trading at the level that you and your money, first of all, that your money will withstand, and you're trading at the level that your knowledge will withstand. If you don't know about certain things, then don't be trying to trade stuff you don't know. Be trying to trade what you don't know. Just operate in your bounds. There's ways you can pick one strategy, work that one strategy over and over, rinse and repeat, make money every single day. You don't have to know all of this. It's great if you do have more things in your toolkit because it gives you more things to work with. But you don't, you want to trade at the level of your knowledge, the level of your skill. Some people are all in on, very deep on technical analysis. They have a much wider or broader knowledge base as it pertains to those kind of things. And if you don't, then you trade what you know. Trade what you know. And if you want to know more, you go learn more. That's how we do that. But you trade and you learn more. So day trading And when this is all over, I'm also going to talk about stock that we trade every day in the afternoon. I'm going to talk about that so that way you'll see how you can be a day trader if you'd like to be, using a strategy that doesn't take a whole bunch of money. So if you're trading, there's two ways you can day trade, in my opinion. You can trade as a buyer day trader, or you can trade as a seller day trader. You can trade as an options buyer, as an option seller. Two different sides. Y'all know I'm a seller coach, so I talk about stuff as a seller. That's where we are with that. I'm talking about it as a seller. But let's talk about if you were a buyer. There's so many stocks now that have zero DTEs. Zero DTE means 0 days to expiration, which means it's expiring today. SPY now expires every day. It used to be 3 times a week. SPX expires every day. It used to be 3 times a week. SPX, SPY, XSP expire every day. Those three do. And SPX and SPY have a lot of volume, so it's easier. It's well, XSP is fine too, to trade those on a daily basis. They expire every single day. So you have people who are now utilizing the strategies of trading those every single day and buying options. But if you're buying options, you may buy them hoping for the move to go in the up or down direction, depending on what you bought. If you buy a call going up, buy a put going down, you needed the price to make that move in order for you to get your profits. What works against you as a buyer with zero DTE? Time. When they say time keeps on slipping, yeah, time keeps on slipping through the day, and it slips into the end of the market day. And as time is slipping, your theta is going chung, 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 chung. How do you trade it for less than $100? Less than $100. How is that? Well, you can trade maybe XSP has some lesser expensive buying calls, buying put options. Again, price has to move. SPY, you can buy SPY calls and puts, but you got to buy out of the money, because $100 first thing in the morning, it won't buy you at the money. It might buy you out of the money a few strikes. It won't buy you at the money. And if you're out of the money, that means you're away from current price, and it has to move further to get you in the money before you start making some profits. So when you're buying, you pay for stuff. If it goes your way, you get money. If it doesn't go your way, you lose your money. So if it starts going up and then decides it's going down or going the other way, next thing you know, your money going in the opposite direction, theta's eating against you, the stock price ain't moving with you. Next thing you know, your money is just flying out the proverbial window, right? That ain't what we're after. We're not after losing our money. We're not trying to do that. We're not trying to lose our money. No, no, no. Another way you can trade as a day trader with less than $100 is you can be a seller of XSP credit spreads. You can be a seller of XSP credit spreads. You could also be a seller of SPY credit spreads. I'll tell you why one of these is probably better than the other. SPX, you need closer to $500 to trade SPX with credit spreads. If you want to know more about credit spreads, please go check some of my other videos about credit spreads. I haven't talked a whole lot about credit spreads. I think at this point, I'm trying to make sure that we're getting a good foundation of options as far as terminology and kind of with the basics and what kind of things we can do. So I'm not trying to get too deep into too many strategies, because I want you to have the foundation first, right? I'm an educator. So the educator lays the foundation brick by brick. And then we start building up here. You can't get to strategies up here if you don't even know what a call and a put is. We're just talking in the wind. We got to make sure that we know what we're talking about, right? So if you trade as a seller of credit spreads, you can do it every day for less than $100. How is that possible? It's possible because XSP and SPY both are one spread. They both have a one spread. Again, I won't get too deep into this to the explaining of credit spreads. Check a video on my channel. But with credit spreads and you have a one spread, that means the maximum amount of money that you have to leverage, you don't even have to pay it, you leverage like a collateral, like deposit. The maximum amount of money you have to leverage as collateral is $100. You pull in a premium on that, whether that premium is $15, $10, $20, $25. It all depends on where you pick your strikes. Again, works the strategy. You take in money, and the most you need to leverage is that $100 minus whatever you took in premiums. So you can do this every day, especially if you're using a stock that does daily expirations. SPY, SPX are two that you can use. I wouldn't go with SPY. This strategy includes you not wanting price to get to your strike price. As a seller, it's worked different than buying. I won't go deep into that because I want to get anybody confused. But you don't want the price to come to your sell strike price. If you're trading SPY and the price gets close to it at expiration, the broker will close your trade because they're looking at their own risk management, depending on the size of your account and whether you can withhold whatever's going on. Yeah. So SPY, because it has shares, it continues to run even after the market closes. Y'all know now you can buy and sell SPY 24 hours. So the stock price of SPY can continue to move even after the market has closed. Well, XSP is cash settled. XSP is cash settled. Cash settled means there are no shares. It's settling up at the end of the trading day. It settles with money. It's cash settled. So if you're in the money, or if your selling strike has done what you wanted it to do, then you're going to get the money. If it has not done what you wanted to do and there's a different place, then you're going to lose the money. But there's no shares. So the broker does not have to close your trade at the end of the day. They can leave your trade going all the way up till the close of the market. So as long as the price is not at your strike price, your sell strike price, then your trade is profitable. And we want theta decay as a seller. We like theta as sellers. Theta is our friends. Theta es mi amigo. Theta es mi amiga. Yes. Theta is our friend. So we want the theta to eat up the premiums and dig into those premiums. That's what we want as sellers. Now, this concept is all goes with the strategy, which, again, look on my channel, look at the videos on credit spreads so you can get a better indication of that. All righty. So I've said, how much does it cost you to day trade? You can day trade for as little as $100 a day. Even less. If you buy some super inexpensive options, you can actually day trade for even less than that. You can open and close them every day. I would want you to be in a cash account so you don't get the pattern day trader. Hopefully your broker has a cash account set up. If you're a buyer, I don't suggest being a buyer and a day trader. I know a lot of people do it, unpopular opinion. And you know what? I did it. That's how I know I don't recommend it. I did it before. I was day trading SDS, which SDS is the short of SPY. Day trading that XSP, doing some things. I made some money and I lost some money, but by the time it's all over, I had lost more money than I won. And I couldn't count on day to day. I couldn't count on that. So I went back because I had already been a seller. I had been selling before. I went back to selling. It's like, oh, I don't know why I ever left you. I never should have left selling. I went back to selling. Was like, okay, this is a lot less stress, a lot less bother, a lot less I got to focus on. I don't have to watch it all day. Listen, you pick a strike. If it stays away from your strike, you're good to go for the day. You're good to go for the day. So as a buyer, you can do buying for less than $100. Absolutely. Day trading for buying less than $100. You find you some cheap, inexpensive stocks, or you have something that, you're in your cash account, if you're going to capture a little small move on something that's popping, then sometimes you can do that, right? But I recommend more so that you do it as a seller of things like XSP.